Busy the Bestbrook Financial District.
Oh, fuck. Brilliant. Yes. Somebody walks in and goes, did you see the FTSE 100 this morning? You're going, is that maths homework I didn't do? I know. Happy 12th to everybody. They're probably all still hungover. He is all still hungover for our play days. I have to say, today's episode is a broadcast, then, just for you. No? Right. Get yourself
You've got the wrong guy on.
I know. And welcome to our very Fingin episode of Word Up with Darren Matthews, comedian. How are you, Darren?
I'm good, thank you, dear. How are you?
You're grand. Darren has toured all over the world. He's heard now.
I mean, that's the allegations, but I want to see proof before this, you know.
Right, okay. Well, we're not good. Sean will send you an email later.
Fair
on.
enough. That's dead on.
How have you been keeping?
I'm grand. What did you do with your day off yesterday?
I don't get a day off.
Sorry, we should point out this is. I mean, are you allowed to date things on this podcast?
Yeah, that's grand. So we're recording this on Thursday the 13th. You're looking at me like rabbit in the headlights. Should we
No,
not
that's
do
all
that?
good.
Are we allowed to do that? That's okay.
We usually record on a Thursday and release on a Saturday because we're cool motherfuckers like that. And we need to give the material time to cool off so I can text Sean and go, will you actually take that bit out?
My mate's a solicitor. He says we can get done for that, so we should take that out.
I completely doxed my neighbour and myself.
We need time to let it go for the legal team.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the terms and conditions need to be applied.
Which is you typing things into Google?
Yeah.
Is that libelous?
Yeah.
Did
Can I
Stephen
say-
Nolan actually?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you're going to take that out, aren't you?
No.
All right.
Did Stephen Nolan actually lose weight? That's not true. Is that label?
That's not label, no.
No. Because it's a question. What did you do with your 12th yesterday?
Bugger all, because I was going to go down the country or, you know, maybe down around home, go up to the forest or
Which
go to the
is?
beach, which is
South Armagh?
South Armagh. Yeah. I love that I have to whisper that like we're not supposed to say it in the 12th.
I know.
Where are you from? None of your fucking business.
Not on this holy day.
Exactly. Don't remember my granny going to mass on the 12th, but I was supposed to do that, and then my wee dog Charlie hurt his leg the night before, so we couldn't. He's a Springer Spaniel, and he's old, and he's in Egypt, so he...
I love that you've named your dog after your favourite recreational drug.
I didn't name Charlie.
Nah, who did?
And also, heroin is
dad?
my favourite drug.
You've yet to meet my cat, Ketamine. That was terrible. Is that legal?
What, ketamine? No. Oh, well, if it's for a horse, yes. But no, Charlie is from Almost Home, which is a rescue centre, so he came with his name, as did his wee buddy Bailey, so they had their own names.
Right.
I didn't pick the names.
Maybe his owner loved the Charlie and couldn't afford to keep him.
I think his owner was from East Belfast and just was really loved at the time Prince of Wales. So
Right. Oh, Charlie. Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I love you. Were like your favorite drug. I've never done drugs, so.
Have you never done drugs at all?
Dude, do I need to be any more me? You know what I mean?
Of course. Well, this is it.
When
But
people are just like, you should do cocaine, it really brings out. That's a terrible idea.
yeah, it was only after taking drugs that I realised that I, just worsened the effect of my personality. You don't need to do those, bro. Everybody else is just trying to keep up with you. In fact, my mate said to me whenever I stopped drinking, she went, I mean, that makes sense. And I went, what do you mean? She went, because even whenever you're sober, we all need about 5 drinks to get on your level. And I just thought, I don't know whether or not that's a compliment or an insult. Like, really?
Like energy levels.
Energy level.
When you were still enjoying a libation now and again,
Yes.
big word for the day. It's not. Did you ever do the thing where if you showed up late and you would try and catch up and then you would overtake?
Oh, God.
I've done that before and it's such a bad
Like,
feeling.
everybody's had a pint of Guinness, therefore I must take 2 Jaeger bombs and a shot of Sambuca just to fucking catch up.
In the same glass.
All mixed into one. Have you done that? I see. A fellow.
Yes, I have done that where you show up, maybe you're getting out of work and meeting the boys in the bar and they're like, yeah, we've only had a couple of pints. I'm like, oh, I better drink a half bottle of vodka here.
Yeah, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor.
Yeah, one of those things. Like, so that's definitely happened. Or I used to play in bands, trying to play drunk. I think I did it about twice and thought it went well. And then somebody showed me a video and I was like, oh, wow, that's
Terrible.
that's not good.
It's like whenever you get recorded, whenever you're dancing and you think, I'm telling you now, Michael Jackson couldn't pull these moves. Like, you are dancing and you just
Of course not, he's dead. But anyway.
Well, that's fucking true. But he is my favourite paedophile. I've always said this. If you had to pick one, it would be Mickey J. But whenever you're dancing and then you see those bastards out there that take a photograph of you whenever you're dancing. I hate them people. Like, you're in the moment. At that moment in time, I am the sexiest woman that ever graced this fucking sticky dance floor. And whenever you see it, you're like, ah.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you guys. And you go, I was not as sexy as I thought I was.
I had a photo taken of me dancing at my mate's wedding in Galway there recently. And I wasn't even that drunk. I was just like, I'm not going to be on the piss because I have to drive home tomorrow. So I'll just get up and have a boogie instead. And just whatever way they called us, there was about 4 or 5 of us. And not a one of us looked cool.
Did you not?
Just that frozen in time.
Dad dance.
Bit of an Elvis, you know.
Oh my God.
Very
Do you know,
rigid in the hips.
My kid recently disowned me. I'm surprised it's only recently. We were outside the chapel at his confirmation and we saw his Catholic alert. We saw his wee mate and I thought that I was cool, right? You know, you just think you're sound and you're down to earth and you're down with the kids.
Cool mommy Bronagh.
And I walked up to him and I went, right, well, we get a wee bowling date on the go, right? But it was doing the hands and Curtis just looked at me and went, I have never been so unattracted to you in my whole life. And I was just, what? He went, you really did that cringy dad thing? Not
like
even
finger guns.
Went up with finger guns and went,
What's going on?
Will we do a wee cinema date? Bowling, perhaps? You know, I may as well have thought I was offering them a wee drink. I thought I was cool as fuck. And
Yeah.
Barry's just looked at me and was like, don't ever do that to me again, please, mummy. Like, just don't speak to my friends. I was like,
Are you
heart.
as they get older, because you know when you were growing up, you always had that one mate and her mum would like let you drink in the house.
I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom.
Yeah. I was like, but that'll be the one thing we're just like, yeah, lads, I don't drink anymore because you know what, you figure it out yourself.
Yeah, totally. I did actually have a friend whose ma let us drink in her house. She used to pour us pints of Strongbow and all.
Oh,
Like, see all the stuff that was in her fridge from the night before that went slightly dead. She'd be like, yeah, work away there.
the dregs to the
And
dregs
we
of
would be
society.
drinking the dregs. Sitting in her wee school uniforms like, yeah, this is fucking great, her ma's class. And then you're like, why's her ma got a big red nose? And
Where-
no money. Why's that window put in?
when I was doing well, I didn't even finish them. When I attempted to do my A-levels, where my high school was in Bestwick, there was a bar across the road that had like pool tables, so we would just bunk off school and go to the pub. Yeah. But you go in and the guy who was working there was like, lads, you can't come in here in your fucking school uniforms. So we would be like, if we take off the ties and the blazer, so you're just wearing a white shirt and a pair of black trousers, like dead on. So we just looked like a really bunch of young businessmen
Yeah, grease lightning.
at 11 in the morning drinking like.
It's busy the Bestbrook Financial District.
Oh, fuck. Brilliant. Yes. Somebody walks in and goes, did you see the FTSE 100 this morning? You're going, is that maths homework I didn't do?
So we could go in and you could just, take your blazer off and you just, undid your top button and we all looked like we were like day 2 of a wedding.
Yeah?
Just
Oh,
a load of groomsmen.
That's it. What do you call an Irishman in a suit? The defendant. He's only out of court, son. Knock, here you go. Have one on me.
So we were had to go in and do that. But no, because I talked to you about this before when you were all like, I think it was when we were doing the gigs down in McCooey's and I was like, when's the last time you had a drink and you were telling me, fucking disaster, had to do all this.
Yeah.
But you actually you love watching people enjoy a drink.
I do. I really love it. I live vicariously through other people having a drink.
You're like, I like people who are having a drink and not wrecking the place.
Yeah.
They're just
like,
enjoying it.
Do you ever go to a place and nobody's drinking yet and you just go, I wonder would you all get a few pints in you? You boring fucking bunch of bastards. Do you know what I mean? They're all sitting around like, oh, I'm self-conscious about how I look and such. And you're like, get a wee drink down you. Like, I do it. I'll buy people shots and all. I'm a terrible enabler. I'm like,
okay.
There's a Goldschlager. And you see people going like, oh no, I don't want to do this in front of you. I don't want to rub it in. You're like, fucking rub it in. Go get drunk. Get blocked. Take your shirt off. Humiliate yourself. I love it all.
Because stuff like that, I think, is because, I mean, you're pretty much the same generation as me. You and I are similar ages, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm 36.
I'm 37.
Oh,
so I had this...
You're my senior.
Oh, God.
I don't get to say that to very many men.
I had this thing where I was really glad. Obviously, when you're growing up and you're a teenager and you're awkward anyway and you're fucking drinking and meeting new people and all this sort of stuff and you're all your first girlfriends and boyfriends, I am so glad that I am not that age now because everything is on record.
Yeah.
I think when I was 18, a camera phone was like 1 million megapixel. You could just deny it was you. If somebody had a photo of you, like, that's not me.
No face, no
that
face.
blurred pixelation is not me.
Yeah.
Poking in an alleyway.
Oh my God. I actually say this repeatedly. That I am so grateful that I grew up just before social media.
Yes.
And like, do you know, but then I was actually used to do a wee bit about this. I talked about this on stage before, where you get these kids now and the parents are all, but it's different for them. It is worse because, you know, you don't just get bullied outside. They can bully them in their bedroom. You know, they can walk in and close the door and they're getting called names on their phone. And I'm going, hold on a minute. See, whenever I was younger, do you know the way that you actually get bullied? Like, social media was the bus stop. Where somebody would just fucking permo marker, like Bronagh Damon gets fingered or something on the fucking bus stop. Your daddy, your granny, everybody drove by it and you were like, it's not even true. Do you know what I mean? It was fisted. I'm only joking. But yeah.
I was going to say, did you write it? But never mind.
The only way you could get... You didn't report it to Facebook that you were taking it down. You had to go out in the middle of the night with a fucking your ma's good roller and her fucking... You know what I mean? White emulsion. Get the fucking work.
I always like that when you see the graffiti where somebody's, you know, such a no one is a tout, and then they're like, I don't have enough paint to like paint over it, so they just like join up the letters so you can't read who it was. I was like, oh, it's a puzzle.
Yes, it looks like the what do you call that?
It's a game of the crystal maze.
The killer,
Zodiac killer.
Zodiac killer. That's what it looks like, where they've like scored it all out and they've done wee crosses and X's and all.
Robert Downey Jr. is trying to find out who got fingered.
Yes, Frederick got fingered.
So it's all that. I love that where it's. We did a thing years ago. I lived in the village over in South Belfast.
Did you?
Yeah, I lived in the village with 2 gay men.
Brilliant.
Because I figured if they ever kicked in the door, like, if they ever kicked the door and anyone was like, any Catholics in here? I'm like, yes, but there's also 2 homosexuals, and they would have left me be. So
they would have just left you alone.
Yeah. So, but one of the brilliant things was there was when you went out to go across, there was like a bridge to cross. So I literally lived on the wrong side of the tracks, basically.
Right.
And wasn't wearing my Armagh top very often. And there was a graffiti on the wall, not the Wolf Tones thing. Definitely not in the village.
Graffiti on the wall.
That said, antisocial behaviour will not be tolerated.
Right.
And they had the spelling of tolerated was incorrect, but you could see where they had crossed it out and corrected
I love those ones.
And they fixed their own spelling.
I love those ones.
I may have got a can of spray. This is about 10, 12 years ago, so I think I can admit to this now. So antisocial behaviour will not be tolerated. Mm-hmm. And I got a spray can and wrote underneath it, what? Like spray painting the side of somebody's house? Yeah.
They're spray painting that on.
Just up for a bugger's gable wall.
Realising, oh my god, I love it. There was one down beside Holy Child School in Antietown around the corner. There was one that was like free. It's on my Facebook and the name of the person, and then it was, but the spelling was atrocious. But they actually went to correct all their spelling, and then they ran out of room. So they started like cramming the words of the letters of one word into the line underneath it. And I was just like, for fuck's sake, there's a school round the corner. They clearly didn't go to it. Like,
I was like giant letters, and then they're like, oh shit, no. It's like an eye test.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
Can you read line 3?
Can you cover your right eye?
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is actually very appropriate because the word of the week, do you want to hear it?
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
Do.
I'm here to learn.
Of course you do. It is. Do you want to read it?
Malapropism?
Yes, it is indeed. Malapropism. Any idea what it means?
Something to do with that wee guy out of Harry Potter. That's Malfoy. I thought Harry Potter. Malapropism. I mean, mal is the French word for sick or ill. Mm-hmm.
Spanish. Estoy mal.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
You're on the right track.
I didn't do it's mal. So something sick or bad. Malapropism. You might tell me. I'm my B at GCSE English is not pulling me through here.
Oh, here. Do you know, it's a bit of a random one, but it actually is one of my favourite like words or terms because...
Use it in a fucking sentence.
Right? I'm about to use it in a fucking sentence, right? Actually, I will use it in a sentence. There was an episode of Whiskey and White last week where Sean used a malapropism.
Okay.
Because he was trying to say committee meeting and he said... chlamydia meeting, right? And so basically that's the idea. A malapropism is whenever you're the mistaken use of a word for another word, right? So it used to be like, so it actually comes. Does
it have to be close or can it just be like when people mess up?
It can be when people mess something up.
Oh, but I've noticed these.
Oh, good, because it's like malapropos, French for inappropriate. Right.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but right, getting in the wee different languages and all. So, yeah, the mistaken use of a word in place of a similar sounding one, often with amusing effect. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like I was at the aquarium before and I heard this wee kid going, Daddy, look at the octopus. Look, I can see all its testicles. Instead of tentacles. Yeah. And I also once said that in a science class before, I said orgasm instead of organism.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a school classic.
That is a classic, isn't it?
That's why the teachers would go through and make different kids read different parts, because it's like, and then they'll learn who not to ask.
Yeah, like don't see whenever the woman comes in to see how I'm doing for the council, you don't speak. You just sit in the corner and be very, very quiet. Okay? But
here's a colouring book.
There you go. Say fuck all.
Do my A-levels. Shut up. It's an advanced colouring book.
Yeah, it's for adults. But see, I love that because my dad told me that years and years ago whenever I had said I'd mixed something up. Do you know the way the Treebor advertisement used to say they make your dung tizzy instead of tongue dizzy?
Yes.
You know, you can, used to be on stage, there'd be like a Madame Malaprop, or like Shakespeare would use it a lot. But the best part was whenever I was getting my nails done, speaking to the girl Stacey, name and shame, who was doing my nails, she was telling,
don't shame her. She's
telling me about, no, my nails are gorgeous, but mainly hair and hair. I was in a wrinkle all day thinking about this. She went, Bronagh, no. Because I was talking about, you know, those moments when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you think, oh, fuck, that happened to me 7 years ago and I still can't get over it. Yeah. You know, she said that her 3 o'clock in the morning thought is about the time she was at the youth club and there were all these funders coming, you know, from the council and what have you. And so they were rolling out all the kids to do like wee performances and show them what they were doing at the youth club. And they chose Stacey to welcome everybody and thank them for coming. And so they said to Stacey, just say welcome and thank you and we hope you enjoy the show. And she was really, really anxious. She went, Bronagh, I didn't know what to say. And they told me just to make it up myself. So she said whenever the time came for her big bit to say, thank you, I'd like to welcome you all. She said, I'd like to wank you all for coming. Right? And she went, Beatrice,
That's some dude.
I'd like to wank you all for coming.
That is not how you apply for funding, by the way.
That is not how you apply. What are you teaching these kids? Closed down immediately. We learned from the Jimmy Savile.
You did it yourself?
See what I mean? I did it myself. What about you?
So, malapropism, because obviously those words are similar, but I wonder would it be if somebody confuses, you know, like a saying?
Yes, that is.
It's the same thing, yeah. So my older brother drives a truck for a certain crisp brand, we'll say. Okay. I don't want to get him in trouble. Declan, he did. And
I love it.
He works with a guy who he'll try to break out a saying or a joke, but he'll get it wrong. So one of the things was they were talking about, you know, they have to get up quite early and then they get home and you're knackered and so basically he tried to say, you know, it's a vicious circle.
Right.
But he went, you know, you get up early, you do the work, you're home early, but then you're wrecked, you can't do much, and then you go back to bed. It's a vicious triangle.
I love it. Do you know that that's actually, there's a malaphor? So it's like whenever people mix like a malapropism and an aphorism, so and they mix it up, it's a malaphor. I actually wrote it down because I was like, that's interesting as well.
Yeah.
Like there's Curtis's friend over in London, he would say, I'm so hungry I could punch a horse. He didn't realise it was, I'm so hungry I could eat. Oh, and my mate's husband, he says, does a pope shit in the woods?
I've heard that one.
Yeah, does
yeah.
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Is the Pope in the woods would be a good one as well?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Pope,
what?
He's in the closet. Yes, do you know, I love whenever people fuck up wee sayings like that, you know. And
I do it on stage sometimes where I will, because with stand-up, your brain is trying to keep up. So when you do stand-up, your mouth is constantly going, and your brain isn't thinking about what you're saying. Your brain's thinking about what you're saying next. So it's this kind of weird multitasking thing. And if you make a balls of it, sometimes I will reverse words because I speak very fast as well.
We do. We all do.
But
the Irish.
The Irish speak fast. Belfast people speak very fast, and you have a lot of your own words. And then country people speak fast, so the Belfast people don't know what we're saying.
Yes,
that's what we do.
That's true. And
then we like call you names. You're like, hey, fuck, what do you call me?
Somewhere in between, we manage to copulate with one another every now and again. And it creates this nice little Belfastard culture type thing, you know. But so tell me, whenever you're on stage, have you ever said anything on stage where do you ever spit out the end of the joke before it's supposed to be?
Yeah, before you finish the setup.
Yeah.
Or I do remember doing a gig after a couple of pints, and I think I did a callback, but I hadn't done the original joke. And then I was wondering why nobody laughed. I was like, why is that fucking great?
Hilarious. What about you,
But
Sean?
I hadn't done the setup.
Have you ever said?
The wrong thing. No, but the one thing that came into my head there when you were talking about that was ever seeing The Office, where he comes out and he goes, how the turntables have turned.
Similar idea, Malapropism.
How the turntables have turned. I love it whenever people just really mess things up. In fact, Colin Gaddis was telling me about someone that was on his podcast. I don't know how I always end up talking about this with people whenever you fudge words. And he said somebody, instead of saying circadian rhythm, they were saying like Herculean rhythm or something like that instead. Like they thought that, but you know, whenever people think that they're saying something really intelligent as well, and they just come off, and you're just like, mate, go back to bed.
Yeah, you were doing so well.
Yeah. Oh, well, he had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. You
Yeah.
know, I fucking love it.
People are like, I'm really good at maths. I'm really good at Panathinaikos thoughts theory. And you're like, Panathinaikos are a football team. Do you mean, yeah, do you mean Pythagoras?
Pythagoras. Do you know my sister? And speaking of like misheard, some people don't know how to pronounce things. Some people just hear it and think that's what it is. Like misheard song lyrics. That's one of my favorite things. Like my sister is the queen of mishearing songs, right? It started whenever we were wee kids, and it's still going on to this day. For example, do you remember the song Life, Oh Life?
Yes.
Oh Life.
Desiree.
It took her fucking ages to come up with them lyrics. But our was in the bedroom. I'm sorry I said her name. Block it out if you want, Sean. She doesn't want me to message her. She's threatening me with litigation and everything.
You do a story about her every week.
Not every week, but she was going, why, oh, why? And we were standing outside the door, me and my other sister, killing ourselves laughing. And Miss Lorraine said to me, I dare you to burst into the bedroom and say, it's not why, it's life, right? So I thought this will be hilarious, and I did it. And there she was, standing on the bed with her wee hairbrush in her hand. And I was like, it's not why, it's life. And I get fucking bait. I got the head bait clean off me. She was going, how dare you come in here? I was like, but it is actually life. And she went, no, it isn't. And I went, look up the name of the song. And this was whenever it was on the back of the CD.
Yeah.
And it was called Life, and she was stroked. But my favourite one was, upon a hill across a blue lake, that's where I had my first holiday. That's what she thinks.
Swedish House Mafia?
Swedish House Mafia, she thinks.
Holiday was Heartbreak, is that the lyric?
My first
Heartbreak,
heartbreak,
yeah.
it's supposed to be, but she still sings, that's where I had my first holiday.
Did she think the Swedish House Mafia song Greyhound is actually called Lurcher? You're like, close but not really.
Yeah, close but no cigar.
Is that one, the Bon Jovi one that's like, it doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not?
No way! Is that, that is fucking brilliant. I love that.
That's very good. No, there's loads of now that I know what it is, a Malapropism is fantastic. But yeah, the being really close to it is funnier, because it's one of those ones where you're listening to somebody talk and they do it and you go back. What? Yeah. You know, you have to go, oh, sorry, I was listening to you. What did you say?
Yeah. Can you just repeat that again? But this time, wait till I hit record.
Yeah.
On my phone. I had like other wee examples of it.
Go for it.
Where was it? Maybe I didn't write them down. Perhaps I didn't. But it was just all different examples of, like, you know, like you say, the triangle, and say it's a vicious triangle. Paddy the other day did a cracker, didn't he? He said, don't want to upset the apple cake. Instead upset the apple cart. That's on Mudblood Podcast.
Just a wee apple cake just raging on the table. Are you fucking doing?
Are you fucking serious? Like, see, whenever he said that, though, I got this image of American Pie, you know, whenever they were like upsetting the apple tart. The apple tart, and it was like that. But I also, speaking of dirty things, do you want to hear my dirty word of the week?
Yeah.
Obvious.
I love that you're saying that. Like, I'm going to go, I couldn't possibly.
Oh no, I'm full up.
I can't, I'm driving.
Right.
Yeah, I'm up early tomorrow.
The dirty word of the week this week is
nasophilia.
Naughty.
nasophilia.
Nasophilia.
Yeah, so
okay.
Have a wee imaginings.
So nothing to do with nasophilia. Is this something to do with your nose?
Yes.
Oh, minging. And then anything with the word philia usually isn't great.
It's usually dirty. In fact, I must try and find more words that don't.
Is this like the scientific term for some sort of fetish?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Because philia is usually, it means like an unnatural love for.
Like Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia, yes. Ophelia.
Was that?
No,
No,
name in Shakespeare.
yes, that's the one. I was like, it's something to do with that.
But nasophilia is involved with the sexual attraction to the nostrils, right? So there's a whole school of people out there. Although we don't kink shame, we do like to kink shame.
Yeah. No, it's like we don't kink shame, but kink. Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. Yeah, that one's a bit strange.
Right.
So
nasophilia. Okay.
I was like going, what is it then? Is it people who just are really sexually attracted to noses?
Is you on Pornhub?
Yeah. Yeah, pick a good one.
Yep.
But the nasophilia it isn't just people who find noses sexually attractive. But I was like, how does one carry out a philia of the nasal variety? And usually it's like...
I'm scared if you have an example.
Yeah, I do have examples.
So you can't show it on camera. There it is there, Darren. Like,
so it's a paraphilia including involving the sexual attraction of the nose or nostrils, right?
Okay.
And it can be like the shape, the size, the bridge that turns you on, right?
I have a big nose. Am I sexy to some people?
You're sexy as fuck.
Unreal.
Yeah. Like
This has never been an advantage.
Big R man, who's on?
Like, you know what Freud's going to say about the nose? Freud says that it's because the nose is seen as like a dick. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, phallic.
Speaking of that as well, malapropisms, speaking of dick noses, you know that she goes where nobody knows. Postman Pat fucking dick knows. I don't know.
1975.
The 1975 chocolate.
Oh, chocolate, yeah.
Yeah, one of my stepbrother used to sing Postman Pat fucking dick nose, and now that's just in my head.
There's also that song from that album, and it's The City.
Yeah.
It goes, when you know where the city is.
The city is.
But that film Insidious was out at the time, and I kept hearing Insidious.
Go and see Insidious. Yeah. Did you go and see Insidious?
I did.
Oh, well, there you go. See? That's advertising.
There's the new one coming out, and Ghost have done a cover of Stay by Shakespeare's Sister
That's amazing.
for the thing, and Patrick
Ghost
Wilson,
is in like
the metal band.
that's unreal.
So they've covered. We'll play for it when we're off air. They've covered that, and Patrick Wilson, who's the actor who's in the movie, he sings on the track as well.
No.
and he's a good singer too.
Yeah, big background vocals. We'll play it out. Go check it out. It's on all your streaming sites.
So what are they remaking here? What?
So they've done a sequel to Insidious.
Right.
I think there's been like 4 of them at this point.
And there's going
horror
to be
movies
like
are.
a really cool like.
So the soundtrack of it is the band Ghost from Sweden.
Oh,
you ever seen them? They're very like gothic and
I know
priest
who you're
looking.
talking about because Curtis would listen to that variety of music now and again.
I used to have a big poster
Rock
of
and
him
roll.
up on the wall.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Used to
get
love
out of
Ghost.
town.
So they released a full album of or like an EP of covers,
Yeah.
which is really good.
I
And
do
then this
love
one's
a
one
metal
for
cover.
yes. Well, there's a metal cover of Jesus He Knows Me by Genesis and Phil Collins.
Get out of town.
It's class. Well,
There's nothing quite like, but
Keep
you know
listening,
whenever you
but
have
later.
like a really nice wee song and
Yep.
you're used to sort of feeling a bit soppy to it. See if you look up that song, but write in metal cover.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's all, my tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why I... You know, like...
Classic one.
Yeah.
A classic one is The Sound of Silence, but by Disturbed.
That's right.
Yes.
That's a good
yes.
one.
Yeah.
That's like, everybody kind of knows that now, don't they?
Yeah.
The sound, but it's all silent.
They also did Land of Confusion by Genesis, back to Phil Collins again.
You love a bit of Phil Collins, don't you?
I do. We'll do this after the nasophilia thing. We were just on like a cruise ship for like 5 days, me and my mate, and there was a Phil Collins tribute act on it. But I think there was something to do with like a licensing thing because they only played for like 40 minutes, full band, unreal.
Oh, really?
And a guy who kept talking like he knew Phil Collins. He was all like, "Yeah, I recorded a demo of this for Phil," and I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah,
but
maybe he did.
we were also so steaming, and I was like, "Am I imagining this is happening?"
Yeah.
So
Just Phil Collins.
but they only played Phil Collins songs like from that he did for movies or covers or
That's like, have you ever seen Step Brothers?
yes.
No, and like there's the Billy Joel tribute act, but they only do 80s Joel. They don't do anything else. But
That's right,
1980s.
yes.
I only do 80s Joel, sir.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody has came up to us and asked for a bit of Billy Joel, I always do. We only do 80s Joel.
We only do it.
So you're only getting uptown.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it was. They just didn't want to like do any abstract ones. Like, do you ever go to see
Piano Man's like
band.
1970 something.
Do you ever go and see a cover band, and you're like, oh, fuck me, I didn't mean to get the cover band from Wish. Like, they're doing all this stuff. I went to see a Pink Floyd cover band before, and they did all the stuff from Animals, and I was like, where the fuck is the Dark Side of the Moon? Like, all right, call me basic, but I don't know any of these
Are they
tunes.
playing it later in the show? Maybe some people will start with a big tune and then there's a dip where they play the obscure.
They didn't do any of the greatest hits, if you know what I mean. They just did all the bizarre ones, and I was like,
But Pink Floyd fans are nerds, so they would have been like, oh my god.
Don't get me wrong, I do consider myself a Pink Floyd fan, and I do like some of the stuff with Sid Barrett and all the earlier stuff, but I was like, nah mate, I've just smoked a big fat joint, I want to fucking go to the dark side of the moon
Sid Barrett, who took a lot of drugs, probably shoved someone up his nose, bam, back to the
back to the and we're back in the cave. Yeah, nasophilia, do you know that it isn't just sometimes they'll masturbate over pictures of people's noses?
Just the nose.
Can you imagine them going to like a plastic surgeon? Can I just see your successful rhinoplasties, please, before and after? And there's like,
do you have a brochure? Do you have an erection, more importantly?
Yes. So they'll do that, or else they'll also fantasize about like penetrating the nose, the nostrils, either whether or not it's a finger or their penis. Can you imagine like meeting a guy thinking he's fucking amazing, he's got it all, like he's so clever, he's good looking, he's got a big car, big willy, and then you're just having sex with him and he just fucking rams his finger up your nose. Boogie nights.
I was gonna say he's got a big willy, she's no use to him. I'll never put.
Do you know what I mean?
What are you planning?
Gig. Oh my god, yeah. You'd just be like, hold on a minute. No, have to rethink this here. But like, I want to know if there is any nasophiles out there. I want to know who you are. I'll even send you a few pictures of up my nose. But just get in touch.
Oh, so the whole scientific thing there. So even that's we shouldn't be doing this for free.
I'm sure they do.
Hang on, I'll go sideways. Enjoy that.
Yeah. Do you have a Roman nose?
I just have a big nose, but I think
my nose is Roman all over my face. For fuck's sake.
I think that's the terminology. So it's like my dad's nose. So everybody in our house, myself and my three brothers.
Are you borrowing it today then?
No. He actually has what they call a boxer's nose, where there's no cartilage in his nose, so he can like bend it round.
Oh really?
Boxer's nose is a good thing to have because then you can't get your nose broke.
Yeah.
So it's
but
like
was he born like that, or did he just speak at the wrong time?
No, he was born that way, so it's called a boxer's nose. So we have it because then you could like push it across your face, so he doesn't have this rigid part here.
Yeah.
So it's that.
Is that because he's from South Armagh?
No. It's not even anything to do with the inbreeding because his dad was from far away.
Oh, right, okay. Is that what it was? His dad was from far away? Because usually...
Yeah, Lisburn.
He got a nosebleed going fucking outside there. I actually am like that. You said that earlier on about how like you take the Belfast people out of Belfast and they don't know. I completely unironically used my sat-nav one day to get to East Belfast, and then whenever I got there I went, fuck, I'd be lost without my sat-nav. And then I cackled at myself. But yeah, see, as soon as my sister always likes me, because if you go into my maps, whenever I need to get home, I just put in Asda Westwood, West Belfast.
And then stand the roof in the house.
Nasophiles, I just snotted a bit, right? Asda West Belfast, because it's right by the motorway. Gotcha. It's on the Andytown Road. You can't go fucking wrong. There'll always be a motorway that leads to it. And my sister said to me one day, we were on our way home from fucking the town or something, somewhere far away. And she went, why do you have Asda as your home? And I went, because it's really easy to get to. It's this, it's that. And she went to me, it's just the fucking centre of your universe, isn't it, Bronagh? Because every time I ring you, I'm in Asda. This advertisement is brought to you by Asda.
That's because you're feeding the 5,000 at home, that's why.
Yeah, I know, fuck's sake. See, whenever lockdown happened and everybody was panic buying bog roll and all the rest of it, I was then getting my shopping and people were giving me dirty looks like, look the fucking much she's buying, like is there any need for it? And I'm going, I have loads of fucking kids. Fuck off, you nosy bastards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, are you not from the West? Do you not recognise that people here have tons of kids?
Yeah, we just have loads of fucking kids.
Do you not also have 12 children in a 3-bed house?
Yeah. I read a book recently. It's a fucking brilliant book. It's called Did You Hear Mommy Died? Right?
Oh yeah, it sounds like a real... No, sounds like a laugh.
It is absolutely fantastic. I'll have to link it in show notes. Did You Hear Mommy Died? And it's all about this guy, and he's talking about his ma died whenever he was a wee kid, and they had a family of 11, And it's a brilliant book because it's really, really interesting. You know, just all the wee stories that you can identify with and also laugh at. But one of the main sort of central themes was the fact that he came from a family of 11, but he was from out in the country somewhere, and he was outside Armagh, I think, and he was talking about how people would comment on how big his family was. And all I could think was, I don't actually think that's that odd. Like, is that strange? Like, my mate, who lives 2 doors down from me, her family, she's one of 12.
My ma's from a family of 8, my dad's from a family of 6, and that was probably a small family then in the country.
Yeah, like my ma was a family of 8, 9, but one died. But, you know, that's usually the way they did. They were like, one's probably going to drop off, so we'll just keep having them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had that, like, bigger family, and that was just an average family. Like my ma's aunt, right? My granny's sister had 16, right? But she married an Italian.
Was she a kitten?
No, fuck's sake. I don't even think there's any twins in there.
How many litters?
No. She married an Italian.
Oh, yeah, sure. You
But
couldn't
the
get enough
way
of
I
them.
thought about it was, you know what?
They're not just making ice cream.
Aye, fucking right. You know what I mean? You going for a wee poker, and I'm not talking about the ice cream.
Yeah,
Yes,
Catholic and fertile, good
that's
lord.
it. But do you know, whenever you look at the Italians and us, there's lots of similarities. Like, they're
Not in visual appearance.
not in visual appearance, yeah. Well, we do tend to not age well, and we get moustaches, and, you know, as women. That's
Okay. I think they have a lot healthier diets, you know. There's a lot of olive oil and all that kind of good. There's a lot of fish going on.
a lot. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, in the West too, you're never as
Fishy.
fucking fish and chip shops. So,
That's true, yeah. We just like ours deep fried and battered.
exactly.
Battered like our waves.
Jeez.
I'm only joking. That's terrible.
I dread to think the man tries to batter you.
I know. He wouldn't.
Pick a window, you're fucking leaving.
Do you know what's my favourite fucking for? Pick
Yeah.
a fucking window and telling you, don't come home to me with an open wage packet. That's what I'm telling you.
That's
why-
old school. The envelope on the table, and then she
That's
gives you
it.
$5 back.
Cash in hand. Yeah. Do you get cash in hand? Do the double. Sure, it's all good. No, fuck that. I'm telling you now. That's why you have kids, loads of different fellas.
Is that the way to do it?
Just so as you can get money off each
Does your husband know?
Well,
Disclaimer: this is a joke. Yeah.
this is only a joke. A lot of people do take it seriously. Have you ever had that? Like, you know, where people go, you shouldn't be joking about that.
I know, but you're just like, no, but that is the character.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm a product of my environment, but I'm exaggerating for humor.
Yeah. Like, for the crack.
Yeah, have you ever been told I shouldn't be joking about stuff? Once, but it was a pretty harsh joke, and it was just the wrong crowd.
What was it?
I can't say it on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
It
you
was
want
because it was
to
a,
use it again.
Well, yeah, I will definitely use it again. But to next time I'm doing a gig at like the Ardesh or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Know your audience.
Yeah, know your audience, comedians, before you walk out. Watch the
Yeah.
MC who he chats, then be like, where are we? What are we doing?
That's why it always is kind of good to get in there a wee bit earlier because you can see who it is. Like, there's sometimes I find somebody in the audience and I'm just like, they're fucking I really like the vibes coming off this person. So I'll just go, right, this whole set's for you.
Yeah, you're enjoying yourself, and I appreciate you.
They're sitting there like, why have you singled me out? And you're like, because you're saying that I'm just going to, this entire fucking show
Yep.
is for you. Yeah.
I can get the one where it's when you go out on stage, make fun of yourself before you make fun of anybody else, and don't go looking for a fight. That's usually my comedy tips, because people will walk out and be like, "Oh, you look like a pedophile." I'm like, "What are you doing?
Oh my God.
What are you doing?" Especially after FMC, because I'm like, I'm all, let's have a good time, guys. We're gonna have a great night tonight. You're gonna love this. You're gonna with so much energy and love, and it's great. And somebody was like, "Oh, fuck, are you looking at?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm over 15 minutes getting these people on side. Now they're gonna lynch you outside.
Righty as fuck, yeah.
Oh.
No, I kind of do. Well, my style is just, majority of the time on stage, actually, everything I say usually is true. I have to say that.
Yeah.
It is. Like, half of the time,
You've had the experience.
the stories that I tell, some people will be like, yeah, but can you imagine if that happened to you? And I go, no, it really did. Like, the man really did shit on the Andersonstown Road.
Yes.
Or, do you know that kind of stuff? Because it is just fucking hilarious.
Your memoir is going to be called "Before I Got Sober."
Yeah. To tell you the truth, that's going to be mine. Because usually whenever people say "tell you the truth," they're fucking lying.
Lies are coming.
Do you know what I mean? Which, before we leave today, I want to give you the antiquated word of the week. Right, this is
nice.
only thrown in sometimes, but I was thinking about words that people don't usually use anymore, and it's usually an insult or something, right? But I remember years ago our teacher saying how back in her day, she was upper class as fuck, right? But she was like, oh, I just remember, we would say, oh, stop it, you sued, right? and talk about knowing your audience, the entire class just burst out laughing at her like, no, miss, nobody ever said that. But it actually was a thing where people used to call other people suds.
A sud?
Right?
Spelling?
P-S-E-U-D, I think.
Like pseudo?
Like pseudo.
Oh,
Like
I mean, I would have got that well wrong.
Pseudo-intellectual. So,
Oh, you sued. Okay.
So a pseudo-intellectual is somebody that pretends to be intelligent or pretends to know a lot about a subject that they don't.
Like somebody teaching in a school in West Belfast.
yeah. Any politician.
Yeah.
But so imagine going to somebody like, nowadays we would just say like, you fucking bullshitting bastard. You know what I mean? But can you imagine turning around to somebody going, you sued? You go, I didn't fucking join the suits, suits.
Yeah. Calling somebody a suit says like you're a legend. They're in some sort of group.
Yeah.
Don't be talking him on as a fucking suit.
He's a fucking suit. But
I'm like, was this like an offshoot of the Stoops or what?
Stoop down low party.
So you would have had that here. There's an idea for you. Well, I don't know if that's going to work because obviously your words are obviously very well researched and actually in a real dictionary. If you're getting people on like me from different parts of the country, you should be like, tell us a word I wouldn't have heard.
Tell me a word I wouldn't have heard. Tell me a word I wouldn't have heard. I dare you.
Basically something you wouldn't have used growing up. So, I'm trying to think of an example. It's a very newy word. Have you ever heard the word cat?
Cat?
Cat.
Like C-E-A-T?
Not ketamine before you say anything.
Right, no. Well, I would hear.
Cat is something that is bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's cat.
That's cat.
We just say cat. Like, but nobody really says it anymore. Do they still say it in...
Yeah. So you would have heard it before then?
I would have heard it, but
many moons ago.
It might be ones from my family that have, like, ventured into the country.
So my mate is from Meath, but they say cat. But it's the same. Yeah. It's just a southern accent.
We would have said...
Oh, that's cat.
That's cat.
And we say cat. The same way we say kiar.
Kiar.
In the kiar.
I love
Kiat
that. I think there's something a wee bit sexy about a wee farmerish, like it's cat.
But the spelling is like K-Y-E. You know, there is no...
Oh, really?
Because it's not a real word, so you're like, how do you spell that?
Some people would have thought C, because there is no K in the Irish alphabet, darn. Do you know what I mean?
It's true as well.
C-E-A-T, that's cat. Do you use and say...
That's why it's an Irish word. I think it's just a word.
Like, do you ever use rare as an insult?
Yeah, you rare bastard.
Yeah, or like, your fucking gutties are rare.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, your gutties are rare.
Like
how you like your steak, rare.
Yeah.
That steak's rare, so is it good or bad?
What are you on about? It's fucking beautiful.
That's cooked perfect.
Yeah. That's rare. That steak's well done. Thank you. No, he asked for rare. What the fuck?
Pick one.
I absolutely loved having you on, Darren. Thank you for coming on. Joanna, is there anything that you're doing that people can come and see you in?
Yes, you come see my new show. It's cat. It's not. It's
like, class.
I'm doing 2 shows in one weekend, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
No, go for it.
So Fighting Fit is on Saturday, 5th of August, and then Sunday, 6th of August, I'm bringing back Beer Tasting with a Comedian.
Hold on, you're doing 2 different shows.
2 different shows in the one weekend.
Right.
So Fighting Fit is an hour-long show.
Fighting Fit, go and see Darren. He's fucking funny.
In the Deer's Head in Belfast.
In the Deer's Head. That's a good venue as well.
Yes.
What date is that?
That's the Saturday the 5th of August. You did the Ladies of Laughter gig for me in there.
I did the Ladies
which was
of Laughter.
class.
It was fucking brilliant. We'll
have a lovely venue. Very underused in Belfast.
Yeah.
It's in the town.
Saturday the 5th of August, the Deer's Head. The Deer's Head's a brilliant venue. Upstairs is lovely as well.
Yes, that's where we're going. And then Sunday 6th of August in the same venue.
Right.
Beer tasting with a comedian.
Beer tasting with a comedian. What does that involve?
That involves we do a beer tasting in the first half and in the second half.
Hold on, the audience gets to taste the beer as well.
Yeah, it's included in your ticket price.
Right, get your tickets. Sunday, the 6th of August, is this?
We'll just get you drinking 3 Erdinger Zeros.
Yeah, an Erdinger Zero, a Heineken 00.
While Bronagh's like emptying beer down everybody else.
I know.
I got you a shot. I got you a shot.
I'll get you a wee shot of your NACA.
So the beers are included in your ticket price. We do a tasting at the start. I've got a couple of wee guests dropping in to do like wee 5 minutes while people are sipping their beers.
Oh, happy days.
And then the second half is kind of a game show and very chaotic and good fun.
That sounds
So when you come in, you'll get a raffle ticket because people from the country love a raffle.
We'll love a raffle. I love a raffle.
And when you come in the second half, we will draw the raffle tickets and you can come up and play for prizes.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So it's going to be a good crack. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's half game
Is this the first time this is ever going to happen?
Third time.
This
is Beer Tasting with the Comedian 3, Beer Hard with a Vengeance.
Hard with a Vengeance. Oh my God, I fucking love that. That's actually brilliant.
And all the beers are made in the Deer's Head in their on-site brewery.
Do the Deer's Head have a brewery?
Have you been when you go into the bottom bit, the tanks, they're real. That's not like decor.
Decoration? I thought that was just decoration.
No, they make their own booze.
Get out of town.
Lovely wee venue. So doing that, and then usual crack, Sunflower Comedy Club, last Sunday of every month.
The Sunflower Comedy Club is a brilliant one as well. The last Sunday of every month. It's 10 comedians for a tenner, isn't it?
Yep.
So you just pay a tenner in, but you get to see 10 comedians, and they're usually very, very good comedians, especially if I'm one.
Yes. I was also raging recently because somebody went to me, there was only 9 comedians. I was like, there was 10.
You're one?
I'm one of them too.
Yeah.
I was like, go fuck yourself.
That's a fucking cop out.
Yeah. Says 10.
What do you mean? I want a pound back?
I was like, because people don't know AMCs are comedians.
They don't realise.
People come up and be like, mate, you were really funny. Why don't you do comedy as well? I'm like, I hate this job.
I'm going to die a little bit inside.
I'm like, that's weird because I'm working harder than anybody else here.
Yeah, fuck me. There's nothing like comedy to take you down a few pegs, isn't there?
What are you doing? Did I not hear something? You're doing something for the... You're not doing something in a massively funded
I will be
thing?
on stage at Mela. So the Belfast Mela is amazing. It's a big multicultural event. People from all different parts of the world come together. The Mela itself is a big day down in Botanic Avenue, and you get your tickets. You can get them online. And there's all different stages, events, things happening, music, food from all around the world. So
I'm there. I'm there.
But myself and Carolyn Stewart are hosting the Mela Colour Throw on the 26th of August, which is going to be fucking amazing. If anybody hasn't been to a colour throw before, look up Holi, Holi, in YouTube or whatever, and you'll see in India they have these big festivals where they throw all the different colours, and the colours represent different things. So it's like chalk. Don't come wearing anything that is precious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ideally wear black or white because it shows up the colour really, really well.
Yeah, dig out your like Tough Mudder 2018 finisher t-shirt. It's going to get ruined.
And you get handed your bags of colour. Wee bags of powder. It's colour. And there'll be loads of music on stage. It's like a big concert and you throw colour at all different. It's absolutely amazing. It's visually class. And we will also have big like fire extinguishers with the colour in them, so you get to just go out and like spray everybody with.
You're like
colour.
a Just Stop Oil protester.
Yeah. Essentially what it's like, yeah. Just stop oil and just don't take stress.
Yeah, no. I was saying the Just Stop Oil guys because being from Armagh and we wear like an orange jersey for football. And I was like, we look like we're just climate protesters going to a match.
Yeah, oh my God.
Just 30,000 of us in Crow Park being like, yeah, no, I mean, it's weird that we're the Just Stop Oil people because we make our own diesel. But
you do. Yeah, you do more for the climate than anybody else in the world. At least you're not getting ripped off down in South Armagh.
I think I have a callback. So Bronagh said it's the Mela, not to be confused with the Fela. So that was not a malapropism.
That was not a malapropism, no. The Mela.
I'll be back next week. Fucking
yes, definitely. Thank you very much. What is it, Sean?
Mela on Fubble.
Mela on Pubble. I Pubble the Fela and Pubble, isn't it? I fucking love it. Everybody, do you ever notice it, the Fela though, right? No sense of relaxing now because the Wolf Tones have a going away fucking concert every single year. But you know what I think they should do whenever they come back out, you know, with the next Fela, they should go like, haven't gone away, you know. But every fucking year, it's like, yeah. But everyone goes to see them because they're like, this will probably be the last year that they're doing it. I mean, look how old they're getting.
The Fela in 10 years will be the Wolf Tones hologram show. You know the hologrammed ABBA for the Voyage thing and the hologram 2-pack for... Was it Coachella? They're definitely gonna. It'll be Fela and Fubble, and it will be holograms of the Wolf Tones.
Yeah. I heard actually that they're like grooming their kids. No, that sounds wrong.
Thanks, folks.
I'll never go to the first bit of libelous material.
I mean,
we were doing so well.
That was so bad. I didn't mean it that way. I meant
the young Wolf Tones.
Grooming the young Wolf Tones just to stand up and take a stand. To do the next
take over.
Yeah, it's going to be like when Glenn Frey died and his son was playing for the Eagles. One of those ones.
Oh my God, yes. That's exactly.
That was a way better way of saying that than grooming.
Yeah,
and
Wolf Tones too.
I think Eddie Van Halen's son.
Wolf Van Halen.
Wolfgang Van Halen. I think he's the bassist.
He's the next one for the Wolf Tones. Wolfgang.
That'd be amazing.
Tones, wouldn't it? Can you imagine?
Catholic 70 with just a mad solo.
On the walls, as the sun is going down.
It's like the men behind the wire.
Yes. Oh my God. Do.
I quite cool.
Love it.
I want to see it.
I would pay to see that.
Next year's fail organisers, get organising.
Get on it.
Get Van Halen over
I
here.
want to see Van Halen covering like fucking graffiti on the wall. That's it.
Yeah, the song Jump, but it's about escaping prison.
Yes.
Might as well dig. Dig into the wall.
Living on Purge, just somebody in the H block. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking terrible.
Oh,
I'm getting cancelled, aren't I?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure, who gives a fuck?
John Bon Jovi's an Italian lad from West Belfast.
Yeah. Here, we used to be a guy that a mate of mine, and him and his brother had a wee two-piece, and there was this woman was black. She used to come to like all their gigs and go, "Never mind your brother. You look like Bon Jovi." He fucking didn't look like Bon Jovi. I tell you what, it was more like a Vincent Van Gogh painting. But sure, should have a few.